I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. And there's a song by the band Wasp that I used to love when I was a kid. It's a song called I Wanna Be Somebody. And it's a song all about the glorification of the self, of the ego, the false self, in fact. There's a lyrical breakdown in that song that goes something like this. I want shiny cars and dirty money and lots of rock and roll. I will live in fame and die in flames. I'm never getting old. And once again, it's all about, as I said, the glorification of being somebody being the false self, the projection into the matrix of consciousness that we live in. But one Dr. Joe Dispenza sees great value in being nobody. In being nobody, one is free. It's only when you are nobody that you are able to transcend time, the body, and the environment, which, according to the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, are the limitations that we face in this matrix of consciousness. But when you become nobody, you transcend all that. And this is an ancient concept, the concept of no mind, being one, being present. And video I did on the zone of genius, when we live in our zone of genius, we typically are in that state where we are the great paradox of showing up as a unique version of ourselves, but at the same time we're being nobody because we're in that flow state. We're in that state where time disappears because we are at one with what we're doing. We love what we're doing, what we are offering. And so we're transcending these 3D perceptions. But flow state, once again, that's something that's not necessarily sustainable 24/7. So the Eastern concept, again, of no mind also can be applied to simply just being present in your daily task, being fully present in what you're doing. Because in this space of presence, we transcend time, we transcend our bodies, and we transcend our environment, and we hit that state, that so truly sought after state of no mind. I think most people who want to be somebody, me included, deep down, what we're seeking for is that feeling of significance. And sometimes that can be misdirected. But when you're in the state of no mind, it doesn't fucking matter. You just are. You just are being. And again, going back to the work of Gurdjieff and the fourth way, this is the fourth way. This is getting away from the identification of all the I's that make up what we believe our I to be, and getting to a state where we're not identifying with an I. We simply are being. We're witnessing. We're allowing the witness to come through us and be. And in my personal life, I'm grateful that I have experienced these states and I can tap into them fairly regularly now. That's my practice. My practice is tapping into the state of no mind and let that be more of a state that I sit in for most of my day, being present with my task, being fully present with what's around me, and then again carving out that time necessary for me to work in my zone of genius where I can really go into that flow state. But once again, at least when that ego shows up, which I don't think is totally bad, I think there's some value to the ego. I think the ego, that little I, keeps moving us forward in some ways. That desire, that's the craving that we have in life to be our best, comes from our ego, our I that wants to be somebody. And so it's a dance between the two, a dance between the somebody, or the desire to be somebody, and the willingness and the allowance to be nobody. And when we hit that balance, I think beautiful things happen through us. But with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission, my friends. Be strong, be well, and I will see you on the other side.